Welcome to EGridd Lock and Burn event on today, 20th of January 2022. I'd like to take this opportunity to wish everyone a Happy New Year for 2022 and you'll be a great and successful year for this year, together with EGridd as well. Today, I'd like to actually introduce to all of you that we are going to do the initial DEX offering, which is the IDO in partnership with PingSale. This is EGridd tokenomics, alright? As most of you already know, our maximum supply total circulation is actually 1 billion tokens. This is actually our contract number. And now, we are actually launching over in PingSale at 1,500 EGridd per BNB. The launch and listing price will be 500 EGridd per BNB. This is our EGridd tokens allocation, which is also stated in our white paper. Now, the pre-sales we have actually catered for 50 million tokens, and for today, we are burning 98% of them. Why is that so? I'll explain later during the burn event, which is just a little bit later. Now, 20%, which is 20 million, is actually reserved for our private investors, which will lock it for 2 months. And the farming rewards, which is actually 20%, alright, which is 200 million, alright, we were going to lock it till the staking starts, which is estimated to be on the 3rd of February, which is days down the road, alright. So the system is ready for staking, alright, once we complete our IDO, which is going to be a big launch event soon. And M&A and business activities is 150 million, and we are going to lock it with a minimum of 6 months. In fact, it's 6 months over in PingSale, and PingSale's locking system is called the Pink Lock. We are going to merge this together with the accept, so total within particular address, we are going to lock 200 million, which is 150 plus 50 million. Founders and team is already included in the PingSale system, whereby it will actually be vested in accordance to what we have stated over here, which is 6 months, neither vesting over 24 months, to give investors confidence on our team, right? And last but not least is actually the advisors, marketing and partnership, which is 100 million, will be locked over in PingSale for a month. Next, let me share a little bit of information about our IDO. The IDO is going to happen on the 25th of this month, right, starting at 11 a.m. UTC time, right, over in PingSale. You can actually follow the link over here at the bottom to actually go ahead and join our PingSale sale. This event will actually last for 3 days, from 25th to 28th. So on the 28th, you end at the same time at 11 a.m. When the hard cap or the soft cap is being reached, it will then go over to PancakeSwap, and the liquidity that we're going to lock in over in PancakeSwap is going to be 60% over 365 days. By the way, our hard cap is actually at 400 BNB, and the soft cap is being set at 200 BNB. This is the BSC scan for EGridd tokens. Alright, now we move on to PingSale. Now from this PingSale, we are going to do our lock. So the first lock that we are actually going to do is our very first batch of tokens, which we are going to merge our M&A, which is the merger and acquisition tokens, together with the accept. It's going to total up to be 200 million of tokens. So there it goes. We have already entering the number right now. Okay, now we're going to select the date, as we plan to actually lock this for 6 months. So for 6 months, it will actually going to be 28th of July, and we will set the time at a standard of 12 p.m. for each of them when we lock them. So now we are going to approve, alright, the tokens on our MetaMask. And we move on right now, waiting for the transaction to activate again on the MetaMask. So it's a confirmation of the MetaMask transaction, right, to approve our token first. Then we move on to the next, which is going for the confirmation of locking for the first 200 million, which is for the merger acquisition and the exit, as we mentioned earlier. So now we just confirm it and waiting for the MetaMask to confirm the transaction. So very soon we are going to lock, and already locked. In fact, yep, transaction completed, 200 million, boom, is already locked. Now let's move on to the next locking, which is actually for the reserve for private investors, total of 200 million. We are going to lock this for 2 months. All right, so now we're going to enter our EGridd token address. Okay, and then move on to enter the same 200 million. I mean, same as the M&A and exits of 200 million, but now we are locking another 200 million, which is meant for the reserve for the investors. All right, so yep, so there it goes, 200 million. Waiting for MetaMask. Sorry, we are going to do the date first. So 2 months down the road, which is going to be the 28th of March, same thing we are going to do till at 12 p.m. Okay, now let's proceed to approve it. Confirm on MetaMask again. Waiting for MetaMask to confirm. There it goes, transaction completed. Now let's go ahead and do the third portion, which is actually the farming rewards. Another 200 million being locked over in another wallet. By the way, why we are actually locking in different wallet, the reason being that every one of them is actually having a different locking period of time. All right, so let's say for farming, like we said, like we discussed, we are going to actually unlock it, all right, on the 3rd of February 2022, which is days down the road. And the reason for doing this is to start the staking process when our tokens is actually being launched. So tentatively, our estimated date of launch is going to be somewhere about there on the 3rd of February. I mean, 3rd of February is our staking that starts. So waiting for MetaMask confirmation again. So there it goes, transaction completed, confirm. Okay, very quickly we move on to the last segment of the lock, all right, which is the lock for the advisors, marketing and partnership, total of 100 million to be locked. So same thing, we put in our address and then move on, right, to select the dates, right? So we move on to put 100 million first, and it's going to be for 1 month. 100 million, selecting the dates for 1 month, which is going to be 28th of February. Same thing, we're going to do it on at 12 p.m. So let's confirm on the MetaMask. Wait for the transaction to be completed. Then we'll move on over in PingSale to show that the balance of the tokens that we have before we move on to the burning process of our token. So now there it goes. All right, so we click on EGridd view. There it goes. Now it shows that we have done the 4 locks that we actually have done so. Okay. Yep, the 4 locks that I mentioned. Okay, now we move on to the EGridd tokens burning process. Now, first and foremost, why are we planning, or why are we going to burn? The reason is because we have actually set aside the pre-sales token at 5% of our total max supply, which is going to be 50 million. However, we do understand for 2 reasons. One, being that the current market sentiment is actually low, as in the price of the coins are actually weak right now as the prices went down, all right, for all the other main tokens like Bitcoin and so on and so forth from the high. The next reason is that we want to actually start off with a lower circulation, and this will actually lead us to a higher price, and this is meant to actually benefit our investor who's going to support us. So you hear me out, hear us out, and you should support us. So basing on the 2 reasons, you should support EGridd more. Support our IDO, our initial DEX offering, which is happening over in PingSale. Now going a little bit more on these statistics, all right. So how much are we going to burn? All right, we're going to burn 49 million 20,400 EGridd tokens today. Why is that so? Why this amount? Because over at the pre-sales on our own private sales, we have sold 250,000 of EGridd tokens, and now over in IDO, over in PingSales, we are only catering 729,600 EGridd tokens, which is super low circulation. All right, and will the price goes up? Well, you determine, with such a low circulation in supply right now. So, okay, having said that, we are going to burn this 49 million, which is equivalent to about 98% of our tokens. Let's show you in terms of the graphical representation in a pie chart. Now there it goes. This is actually our pie chart. You can see that this is the 98% of tokens is going to be burned, and then this is the amount that we are actually listing over in the IDO, over in PingSale. This is our pre-sales, which is very little. This is the major amount of tokens going to be burned today, right in front of your eyes. Okay, now let's begin with the burning. All right, let's go to Google right now and search for the BSC burn address. All right, so from here, we use the burn address that is actually provided by the BSC scan. All right, so what we're going to do is that we're going to copy this burn address over in BSC scan, all right, and we're going to paste it over in our MetaMask. So there goes, we enter the amount that we have actually indicated just now, which is 49 million something, 49 million 20,400. Click on confirm. Waiting for the transaction to be confirmed over in MetaMask. Okay, there it goes. Confirm transaction. Okay, we have already burned. Alright, so 98% are burned. So very low circulation supply, and how we prove it is over in Ping right now. Put on your address and you can see the amount that is actually being left is actually only 250,000. Alright, with this, I thank you for watching this and witnessing our lock and burn.